All right, guys, on this next section, we're going to be expressing each rate. Remember, a rate compares two different quantities with different units, so like miles and gallons or words typed in minutes. It's just a special kind of ratio. All the rules that apply to ratios apply to rates. And then a unit rate is where we would have a denominator of 1. All right, so to compute unit rates, we're going to divide by the denominator. We're going to divide both numbers by the denominator because we want a denominator of 1. So 20 dogs to 5 cats, we're going to divide by the denominator, so divide both by 5, and we find out that 20 divided by 5 is 4 dogs for every 1 cat, because 5 divided by 5 is 5. Again, I figured this out. I just took the denominator and divided it into the numerator. I divided both the top and the bottom by the number that's in the denominator, and that gives us a unit rate. A unit rate has a 1 in the denominator. Sometimes you'll see unit rates written this way: 4 dogs per cat. And when we see that, we understand that that's 1 cat. All right, so we've got 245 miles and 14 gallons. And so we're going to take both of these and divide both of them by 14 to get a unit rate. Also notice here it says don't forget to include units with your answer. So we did here dogs and cats. This one I'm going to grab a calculator. I don't know that off the top of my head. I'll clear out my calculator. I'm going to take 245 and divide it by 14. And when I do that, I get 17 and 5/10. So 17 and 5/10 miles in, I know that 14 divided by 14 is 1. That's why I did it, because I want a unit rate in 1 gallon. So 17.5 miles in 1 gallon. It's a unit rate because there's a 1 in the denominator. All right, the last one here, 102 push-ups in 3 minutes. We're going to divide both of them by 3 in order to get a unit rate. So I take my 102, divide it by 3, and that answer is 34. So it's 34 push-ups, remember to label, in 1 minute. We want a unit right there, 1 minute. So we're doing 34 push-ups in 1 minute, which is pretty impressive. All right, let's look at the next section here. It says Harry drove for 160 miles in 4 hours. Our directions are to take our rates and express them as unit rates, which means a denominator of 1, and don't forget to include our units. So if he drives 160 miles in 4 hours, in order to figure out the unit rate, we're going to divide by the denominator of 4. We'll divide both top and bottom by 4. And so 160 divided by 4 gives me 40, and you might have been able to do that one in your head. So 40 miles in 1 hour is our unit rate. All right, Mila plays 10 games in 2 hours. So to figure out our unit rate, we'll divide both the top and the bottom by 2. I'm kind of stacking my fractions that way because I'm sort of running out of room here. So we find out that 10 divided by 2, of course, is 5. That's 5 games in 2 divided by 2 is 1 hour. Again, please don't forget your units. That's part of this problem here. All right, now we've got Kristen reads 35 books in 7 months. That's a lot of books. And to figure out a unit rate, we're going to divide both the top and the bottom by 7 because the denominator is 7 and we want the denominator to be 1. So 35 divided by 7 is 5 books in 1 month. I'm going to go ahead and circle my answers here because my work is kind of getting jumbled up with all my, there we go, there's my answers. Okay, I'm going to stop this video now and then check into the next video for how to do these next problems.